And right in front of the ROTC in our country's colors is our beautiful shiny police car from Howell City Police, and that looks like George Bazar, our police chief.
Everybody, let's give a big hand for George. He's representative of all the men in blue. They take care of this parade. They take care of our community. Thank you, George, and thank you for all your men in blue that help us and do so much for us.
That's right. They keep us safe, and they're always out in the community. They're great ambassadors. And here come the Marines with their color guard. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Big hand, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate everything our soldiers and veterans have done for us, and we need to let them know every chance we have how much we appreciate what they do for our country.
Our ROTC is a very popular float, the Toys for Tots float, the beautiful train. It was reworked this year, and it has 6,000 lights on an all-wood frame.
This float has been honoree by the Grand Marshal for 2 times. This is the 4th year it's been in our parade, and the participation brings the unit together.
And Toys for Tots helps kids by collecting new unwrapped toys each year, distributes them as Christmas gifts to less fortunate children in the community.
Beautiful float, thank you.
Gary. Nice job, beautiful, beautiful float this Christmas. Followed is our Grand Marshal, Fantasy of Lights Grand Marshal. Look at that car.
What a beautiful setup.
Les Rodwell. Now, Rodwell chaired the Fantasy of Lights Committee for so many years we can't even count before retiring from the Howell Area Fire Department earlier this year. He's a Howell High School grad, Eagle Scout, and former police officer and firefighter.
Les is accompanied by his wife Diana and his granddaughter Alexis. And Les was honored as Howell Firefighter of the Year in 1988. He served our Howell community as a police officer with the Howell Police Department, honored as his Police Officer of the Year in 1985 and 1988. Les, he also served as an officer with the Pinckney Police Department.
And he's been president of the Michigan State Firemen's Association. He's reviewed proposed legislation for the association's fire service vehicle. Followed is City of Howell Mayor Nick Proctor in a beautiful, beautiful carriage, and he's riding with the Sanford family, Stephen, Michelle, and 3-year-old Hudson. Let's give them a wave. They're lifelong Howell residents. Stephen and Michelle are Howell High School graduates. Stephen is a sergeant in the 1461st Combat Heavy Equipment Transport in Jackson, and Michelle teaches at Hutchings Elementary.
The mayor of Howell, Nick Proctor.
Nick Proctor. All right, here's our first award winner of the night, the Razzle Dazzle Award. Oh my gosh, this is so well deserved.
Bordang's float is bigger, better, brighter this year.
It's magnificent. 9 reindeer lead the way, and 4 reindeer are on a rotating carousel.
4 builders dedicated over 160 hours to construct the float. They use lots of red paint, hundreds of screws, and 2 rolls of duct tape, plus lots and lots and lots of lights.
Gotta have duct tape.
This is their 8th year.
Look at the lights on the walkers.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
This is their 8th year. Thank you so much for joining us, Bordang's a beautiful, beautiful float.
Beautiful float, beautiful float. Following, I think we have some beautiful equestrian entries here with the Livingston County Sheriff's Department Mounted Division.
This is the volunteer unit of the Livingston County Sheriff's Department. There's 9 mounted division members and horses. The horses are owned by the deputies, and they train together in crowd control, search and rescue, and other community service programs. Livingston County Sheriff's Mounted Division. How about a big hand for these guys?
Whoa, they look so handsome with their lights. Oh, good. It's hard when you've got gloves, you know? Yeah, whistle if you've got gloves and you can't clap. Or say yay. Beautiful horses. And they're followed by the Livingston County Sheriff's Department Explorers. The cadets participate in Shop with a Cop, serving children and families in the community.
The Sheriff's Department MRAP Armor Vehicles is featured as well and presents in shopping carts.
I love it.
This is their 4th year in the parade, and they've got over 6,000 lights on this wrap vehicle.
Beautiful job transforming that vehicle into something perfect for Christmas. And everybody's help with your contributions for Shop with a Cop. Nicely done. Next is one of our sponsors, Citizens Insurance, and it looks like they've won an award. They have the Best Use of Lights Award.
Their theme is Frozen and features costume characters including Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, and Olaf in an ice ski landscape.
Music on the float is from the Frozen soundtrack. This is Citizens' 2nd year in the parade. They loved doing it last year, and they said next year's going to be bigger and better, and they've really come through. A fantastic float.
Float's made of 2x4 foam insulation that was carved and painted to the shape of the snow and reindeer. 17 people, 120 hours to build this float. Over 9,000
9,000 lights.
Beautiful float, Citizens Insurance.
Citizens for a wonderful job.
American Legion Riders, Post 141.
They have an inflatable motorcycle and snowman rider expressing the joy of Christmas and the freedom to ride.
The snowman is named Private Frosty, representing every service person. He fought in every American military action, from the World War I, World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam, Cold War, Panama, Grenada, Iraq, and is still fighting in Afghanistan.
Private Frosty has a strong sense of patriotism. He looks to the future with hope and determination, and he's home on Christmas leave. Yay! As are so many of our military people will be home on Christmas leave. And rides his motorcycle over the rivers and through the woods near Howell, where it's a joy for him to be a free citizen of our country.
Thank you, American Legion.
And here comes the Howell Pom-Pom Squad.
We wouldn't have a parade without pom-poms and bands, and this just makes it so much fun. The Howell High School, Middle School pom-poms perform. There's more than 40 pom-pommers, and their coaches have practiced a routine for 2 weeks.
The girls are showing their holiday spirit with their routines. Good job. Ah, here a band.
It's the Howell High Marching Band.
And they've been in every parade, every Fantasy of Lights parade.
The director of the Howell High Marching Band is Jason Miguel.
170 members of the band.
The Howell High School Highlanders have been in every single fantasy parade we've ever had. And we're really proud of what our kids can do in this band.
We are really proud of them. And there's the Highlander leading the way. Let's listen.
gentlemen, let's hear it for the Howell High School Marching Band. Next is the Mayor's Award.
And our Mayor Nick Proctor and his friends that were in the parade, they chose Little Caesars.
Little Caesars is all about family, and the float shows a family fun. Elves are hard at work making Christmas a family tradition.
The float is decorated with lights, a Christmas tree, presents, and candy cane cutouts. This is their first time in the parade.
5 people built their float, and they had lots of laughs and good times. They spent a lot of time taking things apart and putting it back together. And welcome, Little Caesars, and congratulations on the Mayor's Award. We're
First time in the parade.
so happy to have you here, and what a beautiful float.
Look, it's a fun float. Oh my gosh, lots to see.
Very nice job. Congratulations to Little Caesars.
Now we have the Salvation Army and their gigantic red kettle. Salvation Army has served Livingston County for more than 110 years.
This float has over 9,000 lights. The bell symbolizes the people that the Salvation Army serves, and the bell helps serve thousands who are in need, and the cross helps bring joy.
And I encourage you, whenever you see a red kettle, just dig deep. Give Nick a favorite float.
St. Joseph's Catholic School, congratulations.
Their theme is Hot Air Balloons Bring Joy to Howell. The idea came last year when Principal Mrs. Susan Doyle started the first day of school by lifting off in a balloon in front of the school.
The float is a hot air balloon with the school colors, blue and yellow. Smaller balloons are floating in the sky.
And St. Joseph is celebrating 75 years in downtown Howell this year. The balloon is constructed of lights, 3,200 of them, more than 13,000 lights on the float.
And their children's choir is singing and playing bells. Very nice float, St.
Beautiful
Joseph.
job, beautiful job.
St. Joseph Church and Preschool.
Right here in downtown Howell. It does. Monarch Hoops and Dance.
The group's bringing joy to Howell with hula hoops. It's their second year in the parade.
And the Colorful Unit is also playing Christmas music. And they have 6,000 lights between their hoops and their float here. You know, I used to be able to hula hoop. What about you, Mike?
No, I never did hula hoop well.
I tried doing it again recently. It was a disaster. So I give credit to these young ladies.
Monarch Hoops and Dance. Congratulations, very nice float. Thank you for joining us.
And I believe they performed at the Michigan Challenge Balloon Fest this year as well. Oh, and look, they're all dressed as monarch butterflies. I didn't. How beautiful.
I'm so excited.
Nicely done, ladies.
That looks like fun.
It's very charming.
Another banner recognizing the Fantasy 5K sponsors.
Yes, Champion Automotive Group. We really thank them. And followed
It is Mount Brighton.
is Mount Brighton with 5,000 lights.
Float represents the true joy of snow at Mount Brighton.
Second year in the parade, and they had a great team building experience with the snowboards and ski school staff building the float of wood out of a vintage chairlift, paper flags, trees, and people.
I think they got a great jump on winter last weekend.
Last weekend, they got more snow than they ever expected, I'm sure. I'm sure they wish it would stick around a little bit, but I'm sure it'll be back. Oh, look, they're actually creating snow.
Making snow.
That is awesome.
If you haven't had a chance to get out there since the new ownership is taken care of, they've done a wonderful job at Mount Brighton. Wonderful facility. Thank you for joining us in this year's parade, Mount Brighton. What a beautiful flow.
Oh, how fun. Everybody will hit the slopes. Next snowstorm.
Eternity Brewing. It's their first year, obviously. They got the First Timers Award, and welcome Eternity Brewing to your first Fantasy Lights Parade. What a beautiful job you've done on the float. 2 beer mugs are at the center of the float. And artists and engineers all work together under one roof. Artists and engineers, they don't often work together very well, so good job. During production, instead of cutting a zip tie, a co-worker accidentally cut the backing out with a float.
Cut a wire.
Blacking out the float in the barn they were in. Cheers to Howell from Eternity Brewing. Cheers to Howell! Cheers to Eternity Brewing. We've got Dana and Mike Tran on the float, the owners.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas to you. Beautiful job. Okay, now we have Military Families United. Their theme is Joy to the World. It took over 20 hours and 40 people to build the float of PVC pipe, wood and chicken wire, and lots of lights. Active duty soldiers, wounded warriors, and even high school hockey players helped with 9,000 lights. Just beautiful. How about a big hand, everybody, for our Military Families United. Thank you, guys. Great job. Thank you. Beautiful float. Now we have the Heartland Area Fire Department. They've outdone themselves this year with their beautiful ladder truck. Nothing like a bright red truck with lights. And they got the Spirit of Christmas Award. What does that look good? Boy, beautiful. Thank you for joining us, Heartland Area Fire Department. We appreciate it. Beautiful job. I love how all our public safety agencies work together. This is an example. Bringing your lights and your beautiful truck to downtown Howell. Thank you, J.D. Wilsmore. She's doing our float spotting for us. We got the sequence kind of got missed or a little bit exchanged here, so that's what we were thinking. It looks like we're back on track. This is Sarah Lask, Realtor with Prudential Heritage Real Estate. And I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas float features a child's playhouse with hippo and Christmas tree. The hippo song playing one of the float builders' favorite songs, Lights on the Christmas Tree Around the House and Truck. This is their first year. Nice job. Welcome. I love that song. This is Parker Patriot Middle School Band. This is Toe Tapping Music. The members are dressed in festive holiday attire. The band consists of 7th and 8th graders who represent students of all academic, athletic, and musical success. Directed by Jeff Stimson. Give a big shout out, everybody, to Patriot Parker Middle School Band. What a great job. Great job. Is this Duke's Pizza Plus. Coming up next. The float's decorated with lights, pizzas, boxes, Christmas decorations, and lots of hard work. 3rd year in the parade, and the theme is Unwrap Duke's Pizza Plus for the holidays. They've got over 5,000 lights on their float. Oh, here's a parade favorite. They've been in our parade for 15 years. This is their 15th year. Everybody loves seeing the Heart of Michigan Burmese Mountain Dog Club. The Bernese Mountain Dog is a working breed originating in Bern, Switzerland. They're originally used as farm dogs, pulling milk and cheese carts to and from market. These dogs have a natural instinct and ability to pull carts or draft, as we call it. The dogs from our club were featured on Animal Planet Dogs 101. They filmed a segment on the burner on a working farm. It was quite an honor, I guess.
The carts are built from metal and wood and also PVC pipe. Isn't that great?
They got minions out there. A little different from the cheese and milk carts, but we're so glad they're here.
Here's another award winner.
Here's the Grand Marshal Award.
This is Karen's Dance Academy.
And the theme is the Nutcracker Suite. Feel the joy of the Nutcracker as you celebrate the season. Oh, we've got dancers with lights. Oh, how beautiful.
The lights and music from the Nutcrackers used to transport Clara and you into the land of the sweets. It's the 4th year in their parade. They got over 8,000 lights on.
Karen's Dance Academy is performing the Nutcracker Suite Saturday, December 5th at the Fowlerville Center for Performing Arts. Oh, here's a parade favorite.
This one gets great attention every year.
Every year.
Best decorated vehicle.
The Livingston County Road Commission. You know, it wouldn't be the same if we didn't have your beautifully decorated snowplow every year.
29 years they've been in our parade.
Theme is Old Man Winter with lighted snowplow and angel, and I bet you guys were pretty busy last weekend.
Remax Platinum, red, white, and blue lights and a white gazebo. The theme is Joy to the World. The float's built in memory of Steve Megahan, who participated in building of the float for many, many years, and he passed earlier this year. We're sorry. They've been in the parade for 19 years.
What a tribute to Steve. I think it's lovely.
Remax Platinum.
And it says Joy. Joy to Howl, which is the theme of this year's parade. And thank you to Steve for all the years he put in adding to our parade.
Next.
We have the Highlander Way Middle School Marching Band.
It's directed by Annie Germa. 120 students are in the band. The students are performing holiday music. The lights are on their instruments.
They get really into this with lights. That's a second middle school band from Howell.
Okay, let's give it up for the Highlander Way Middle School Marching Band.
Great job! Followed by Voyager Elementary Voices of Voyager Choir. They're making a joyful noise and lighting the world with music.
Christmas trees on the float and the green and gold lights represent Howell School colors.
The float was primarily built by students and parents on the day of the major snowstorm last Saturday. Several parents were stuck in the driveway of the home where the float was being built. One car almost went off the driveway into the pond. Uh-oh. Many were stuck there, and the residents of the home just moved here from California.
The wintry scene was made of brush, wood, and twigs for a natural scene. Voyager Elementary, Voices of Voyager Club. Congratulations, guys, and thank you for joining us. What would Livingston County be without First National Bank?
Oh my gosh, the only community bank, homegrown community bank.
Their theme is a Santa Bank, more than 20 years in the parade. The bank features a full 60-plus-year-old sleigh that was not only used by the Graham family, but it's also a wedding gift to them. The Graham family still lives in north of town, and the bank is grateful for them entrusting in this family heirloom to use in their parade.
And the float also features a recreation of the famous clock tower in downtown with a holiday twist. It's the Santa Bank.
Bank employees employees love the beautiful weather for the float building this year, not the normal cold they're used to. First National Day.
Oh, and here comes the Children's Delight Award. And this is pretty spectacular. Very high tech here.
DT Energy.
Yep.
Themes Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the Island of Misfits toys, the decorated bucket truck lights up and lawn figures, and our 42-inch TV on the float. It's the 8th year that they've been in our parade.
Oh my gosh! Look at what they've done with the blue lights and the white. It looks like ice and snow. There's the snow monster. What a beautiful job!
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Beautiful float.
With the kids jingle
Thank you,
belling
DTE
and everyone
Energy.
telling you be
Now customer care comes first with DTE.
It's
The float building had to be suspended when power went out to customers.
It's the happiest season of all.
The next float is Walmart.
And the theme is Candyland with lollipops, candy canes, and giant cupcakes.
Candyland reminds us of a time when things were simple and Christmas was carefree.
I remember playing Candyland as a kid and with my own kids and grandkids.
I like to think about remembering when things were simple. What a nice float, Walmart. And thank you so much for joining us. Beautiful.
I like how they put the lights inside the plastic cups, and they made them, it's a different look around the edge. Very cool.
Motown working Alaskan Malamutes.
And the Malamutes are all dressed up for the holidays with lights on harnesses and carts.
They've got 10 dogs. This is the 3rd year they've been in our parade.
Everybody loves dogs in the parade.
Make a parade, or like a band.
Look.
The dogs do pull weights, and some can pull more than 300 pounds.
And some of them are full of
3,000
people.
pounds?
3,000.
3,000 pounds?
3,000 pounds, really?
Wow.
Wow. Okay, thanks for correcting us.
And they love to go backpacking and play in the snow. Motown, Alaskan.
Excellent. These are handy dogs.
Our next float is First Presbyterian Church of Howell.
Another landmark in downtown. The theme is this season's grandest event. They have a beautiful nativity scene where the cross represents the reason for the season.
Took over 100 hours to build this float. They got over 7,000 lights. The First Presbyterian Church structure celebrated its 100th anniversary last year. The congregation has been in Howell for 177 years.
Now we have a personal favorite of mine, as several of my children years ago were in this, the Heartland High School Marching Band.
It's another nice thing that makes me feel good is when we got all the countywide bands that like to join us in this parade. Thank you so much, Heartland.
And the director is Brad Laidley. And the band combines the talents of middle and high school marching bands. Oh, they're combined when they're in middle school. That's a great idea. Oh, nice cadence.
How about a big hand for Heartland School Band? Nice job, guys. Thank you so much.
I love the sound of that drum line. Because you know percussion rules. sponsor, and it's ITC, and boy, do they deserve it. ITC believes in safety first, so the float is all about Santa flying safely high over the transmission lines.
The float was designed and built by employees of ITC using lumber, steel, aluminum, fabric, and a lot of imagination.
Absolutely. ITC owns and operates the high voltage electric transmission system in most of the lower peninsula of Michigan and represents a transmission corridor providing a natural, safe habitat for wildlife. Mr. ITC, nice to see you. We're so glad you came. Santa, fly high over those transmission lines. And then following ITC,
The Snow Court, sponsored by Prevost Trucking.
and the snow court is made up of children from Make-A-Wish Foundation. And I know some of them couldn't make it tonight because of the rainy conditions. I'm not exactly sure who's on the float.
But those that were going to be there, it's Skylar is 9,
Hunter is 5,
Alexander is 8,
Brandon 13,
Macy 7, and Karen 18.
and they're riding, and they're also on the Fowlerville Fair Queen, Brianne Fettner, the 2015 Fowlerville Fair Queen, riding with it.
This is the third year Prevost Trucking has sponsored the Snow Court, and they wish everyone a safe and joyful Christmas. Honor Guard.
Here's our honor guard for Santa.
Thank you, Honor Guard. Here's the big guy, and he's so happy to be here. He's going to do the Christmas tree lighting with our Grand Marshal. We're going to ask you to help us out and do a countdown.
Yep. Santa will, I think Santa's going to grab a microphone.
And this float, as we mentioned before, has been taken care of and maintained and done a very wonderful job in keeping this thing as pristine as it is, and it's by the Howell Area Fire Department. These guys just do a great job.
They absolutely do. Les,
Yes.
are you ready?
I'm ready. Santa, you ready?
Santa, you ready?
Merry Christmas, Howell! All right, Mr. Grand Marshal, we'll have the countdown from 5 and we'll light the annual Christmas tree. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Everybody ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful! Merry Christmas, everybody!
Merry Christmas, Santa, and thank you.
Thanks for coming to Howell. Fly safely. Yeah. You look very handsome up there on that sleigh. This is like you've done this before. Mrs. Claus is there. Hi, Mrs. Claus. Excellent.
Thank you, Santa. See you next year. Have a great Christmas.
Wow. That was wonderful.
What a
Les?
great parade.
Very great. This parade was good. Thanks again to everybody that participated, especially to our major sponsor, Cobb Hall